Hello, Aka here again. Welcome back to Feed the Beast, DW20 1.7.10. I am starting like Bevo does by saying hello. Hello. I've got a beacon. Now, what I'm going to do with this episode is I'm going to try and get this guy, Conjuration Catalyst. It means doing the next level of Botania to get these things. These are from trading with the Elves. And to get towards these, we need something called Terra Steel. And Terra Steel you get by, not showing me, it's not showing me. Terra Steel will show me in the book. Let me turn this on and show you in the book instead. Oops, show you in the book instead. Let's just go Terra. There we go. That's pretty cool. If you go to the index, you can just start typing and it'll come up. Terra Steel there, you can see you need a beacon. And you put things on top of the beacon with a mana pool near it. I've not actually got a mana pool near it yet, but that's what we're going to do in a minute. I'm not going to start with that straight away though. I just want to show you that I've been doing a bit of building, and of course it's night time. Why wouldn't it be night time? I had 9 wither skulls. I went hunting wither skulls a few days ago, and I fought the first one under my base. Down. Remember when I fought the wither on camera the other week? I fought one in the same place and he broke through the wall and went under my base. I was panicking for a bit in case he started wrecking my base. The next one, I had the idea of fighting him inside the Skystone stuff, because that's pretty hard to break, in it. So I hollowed that one out and fought him in there. He just came straight out through the hole, so that was no good. So I just fought him in the air and I killed him pretty easy. So I killed the third one just in the air above that, above that thing. That meteor, applied energetic meteor. I'm lost already. There we go. So I got enough. I had enough. Like I said, I had enough wither skulls from doing a bit of hunting in the Nether about a week ago to kill 3 withers. So I've got 2 more. I've got 2 more Nether stars. I've got 2 there. Look, and I use one to make a beacon. Now, this thing, I did put plenty of comments on the yesterday's video that the Buildcraft Builder was very laggy. It kind of, a couple of times I've done it, when it runs out, or sometimes when it ever runs out. Sometimes it kills a tick rate on the server, sometimes it doesn't, so it's not all the time. But I got that one done, and then I copied this and I got that done as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't put the windows in for you. It wouldn't put these. I don't know if it does vanilla windows, but it wouldn't do these windows, so I had to put them in by manually anyway. And as you can see, our quarry's finished. It's actually sat over there doing nothing. I could really be using them photovoltaics or something else at the minute, but not really for that. I've not finished this end of the building yet. This end is pretty much the same as that end, but it's got like a garage door and slightly different windows on that bit. And across on this side, it's a little bit different. I've pretty much got enough bricks, I think, though. So I'm going to move on to doing hardened clay soon instead of bricks. This one, it has a bit coming out about there-ish. It's like an office building. It's got loads of windows down here and down the side. So this bit's going to be a little bit different. Now in here, I've changed my mind. This is going to be my arcane side, because I said I want plenty of room for my spawners. I think the spawners will be arcane. I don't know if like cow ones will be tech, I guess, but certainly mobs, blood magic altar spawner. Cursed earth thing. So I wanted more space, so this is the biggest room this one will be, so I wanted this to be the arcane side. I've gone by a lot of people's comments and I was a bit slow in realising what you meant. In the Ender.io painting machine previously, you could just put the get off me, Ender Lily. Previously you could just put these conduit facades in, and you can do that. Now you can put, if you put glowstone in there, you can make glowstone any brick, and it gives out light, which is really cool. So I'm keeping these magical lamps in the towers, in the ends, because I think it goes alright in here. Whereas, I'll show you what that says in a minute. In here, these, I've pulled the lights out of here. It's still too dark up the top though, so I'm going to have to put more in the top, but it means I'm going to need a lot of glowstone. And these are actual glowstone painted in the Ender.io painting machine with chisel factory floor blocks, like laboratory blocks. That's painted glowstone, but it's in laboratory blocks, laboratory floor. So I've got light in here, which is pretty cool. I like it. So I'll be doing that. I say I'm going to have to do the roof and that as well, just to light the top up. So I'm going to need a load of glowstone. Luckily, this Conjuration Catalyst it doubles up nether quartz. It also doubles up glowstone, so I'll be using it for my glowstone as well. These aphorism tiles are just from the Pneumaticraft. I've got a technical research lab on that side. I'm going to do these with the industrial add-on, nuclear control, the industrial craft add-on that I really like. That I've always wanted to be a standalone thing, but it's still an IC2 add-on. I've got a occult research lab, and I've got technical research lab. It's a bit lame, but you know. So my tech stuff's over this side now. Those two of the kinetic compressors I made, even when these are turned on, they do not take all the energy from a photovoltaic cell, so they take less than 40 RF a tick, because that's what they run on. So I've got full pressure, and it's all safe as it was before. And I've got my little charging station there with the wrench in it. And I've got more stuff to explore, more of Pneumaticraft there. And of course I've got my lasers. That's the only thing I've got in here. Now, that's the next thing I'm going to go up there. That's my Botania room. So this is this is the arcane side. This is going to be my Formcraft room. Upstairs, the Botania room, because I'm going to have a glass roof, so the plants will be open to the sky. I'm going to go up there in just a minute. A couple of issues I have had, because I've been doing a bit of Botania stuff. I've been using my axe a lot. I've broken 3 barrels, so I lost. Of course, when you break an expanded barrel, I think something like only 64 stacks will stay on the floor, the rest disappears. So I'm down to 64 stacks of gold because I broke my gold. I get things out by doing old shift. So say if I wanted 6 lead, click, 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 click. So I'm shift left clicking. Do that with this axe, and I managed to break it. So I've broken the gold one. I broke the redstone one yesterday, so I'm only 96 there. I probably should be about 180 odd there, I reckon, and maybe over 100 there stacks. And I also broke the dirt one, so I'm down at 65. That was 256, 254, whatever it is. So I've lost a bit of resources. Up to 320 on my coal, so that's going fine. This little power thing is really looking after me for the time being, which is very good. We'll talk about the blueprint library later on, but I will mention that at some point and show you what I've got in it. So I've not decided how to get up into this room yet. I've put like a factory door there, but the only way I can get into this room at the minute is by flying into it, because it's the opposite side from the lift, from the elevator, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got a few things set up in here, as you can see. Now, that's just all my Botania stuff. This is the start of the portal to Alfheim. This is just living wood. That there, them 3 are just living wood combined with glowstone, and the rest I've not done yet. That's just my daisy there, making some more living wood. And here I've got a lot of day blooms. I'm not sure how much this takes. This portal, it takes a lot to open it, and then it has a running cost to keep it open. So if we're looking there, these were about half full when I put them down, because I filled them out with the mana tablets that I had. 2 of the mana tablets. I've got 2 more mana tablets in case. So I've got a bit of mana spare that I've been building up slowly over the days. So each one of them is about half a mana pool. So these were at half. So they are going up at the minute, but of course I'm not using anything from them. I've got, I think, 40 day glows, 40 day blooms and 12 nightshades on each one on here. This is not my plan though. I plan to use blood magic as my main fuel for Botania, so which is what I've just thrown this together here for, just to show you what my plan is. My blood magic is not probably robust enough yet until, well, it probably is robust enough if I was happy to stand down in the temple, down in the void fog there, while it regen. But what I've done, I've got a blood magic Serenade of the Nether. I've actually got it turned off. I've just got a lever underneath, a bit of red alloy wire. If you put a redstone signal onto the bottom of a master ritual stone, it will turn the ritual off. If we turn that on, you'll see it produces lava. These fairy lilies, you've seen it downstairs when I made one of the day, if you've seen that episode. These fairy lilies consume the lava and send mana to the mana pool. So that's what's going on there. And what I've done here, I just wanted a load of flowers, so I had plenty. So what I've got is my jaded amaranthus in the middle there. I'm actually picking these flowers up because I've got my ring of magnetism on. Let's just get rid of all them. I've took my ring off now, so I shouldn't get any more. Purple, red, and grey of some kind. Is it that grey? There we go. So all I've got here is a load of autonomous activators. There's probably a Botania way of doing this, but autonomous activators, once you've got materials like I've got, they're not that expensive. It's only like tin, iron, cobble, wood, bit of redstone, bit of glass. So pretty cheap to make, all vanilla items to make. So I already had 17 of these. I've made all the rest. So what we've got here is we've got the jaded amaranthus there, which is running off this mana pool, which is producing the flowers. The flowers are just getting left clicked by the autonomous activators, and in the middle there's an Ender Eye vacuum chest, which is sucking them into these barrels. This is pretty cool. I found this in a chest. I didn't know about it, but I found this thing, conduit probe. I don't know if you know about it or not, but if you hold shift and you can have it so that you can see what's going on in a conduit. Item conduit has no external, and then where it can connect from, stuff like that. If you do shift and mouse wheel, it turns to this copy paste mode. So what you can do is you can shift click, and it's copied the conduit settings of that. So if you look in there, that's just set to insert. So now and then if you right click on any other conduit, that's changed that to insert now because it's copied that. So when you've got a lot like this set up, copy one and you can just click on the rest so you don't have to go into them all. Which is pretty cool, I think. I'll put that back to extracts. Always active. There we go. That should be working again. So there we go. That's a little setup. I just want to get plenty of flowers, so I've got the option of, and partly because when I start making hardened clay, I'm going to want a load of dye, and of course you can make these guys into dye. So let me make sure I've not got my pick in my hand. So is it one of them? How do I make in fact that's cyan anyway, isn't it? I'll say I want to make cyan dye, but mortar and pestle, isn't it? Oh, nearly ran full of lava. That would have been foolish. Mortar and pestle. Do I do that with? Yeah, I do that with petals. Okay. So petals. That's light blue. That's not cyan anyway. I'm talking balls. There's cyan. So for making clay anyway, that's why I wanted a lot of flowers. And it's random what colour you get, so I just set up a barrel for each there. So I've got loads of flowers coming in. Cool. So I'm going to let it become day again. Let's put that back on. And now we're actually ready to do something in the episode. Also, I have got the bits ready to make a Thaumcraft fusion altar, but I don't think I'll get round to making it this episode. But I may do. But, I've just got the little bits made, just the stones and stuff, but I haven't put anything together yet. Oops, I just threw my... Come on. Throw my bloody sleeping bag on the floor. Get off, idiot. Right. Let's sleep, and then... Oh, what I need is another mana pool. Let's have a quick mana pool, please. And I'm going to throw that in there to make it into a full-blown mana pool. Thank you. And now what I need to do is I'll put it there. What I do is put that there, and I need these 2 mana tablets. I'm going to drain these guys down, so I actually need my ring back off again. I don't need the ring off, it's just easier. What you can do is you can hold shift, and that stops it bringing it back, but you've got to keep shift down, so it's just a bit easier taking the ring off, I find. So what I need is, and that it needs to be at least half full. It tells you all this in here. Create this metal proved not to be a short order. In order to create it, toss a mana steel ingot, a mana pearl and a mana diamond on top of an active beacon. A mana pool must be present nearby, being at least half full. The infusion will create a single terra steel ingot. And of course I need my ring off to actually throw them on there. So I might as well have the ring off. Let's see how full that is. Fully full. So yeah, so that looks like it. They take exactly half a mana pool each, which is pretty cool. So now we're over here. What I want is, no, I didn't throw them on it, right? So I think it's a bit easier to fly and throw them on. Let's have a go at that. There we go. You can see this graphic happening. Ooh. There we go. We have got a Terra Steel. Wonderful. And I need another one of them. And how much has that taken? So that's taken almost half the mana pool. Interesting. So to make this conjuration thing, I need 3 of these that I believe I trade for Terra Steel. I think. I don't know until I throw my book into the portal. But we shall see. I think I need to make at least 3 more of these guys. So I need a lot of mana, don't I? Need a hell of a lot of mana. There we go, and that is nearly empty. So it's just not quite half a mana pool. Right, so I'm probably going to get another Serenade of the Nether down here, start filling this one up. And I'll do a bit of sacrificing myself down in the temple to fill up my LP network. In here, that's barrels, that's nothing. That's cake that I can't make until I update the pack. I thought I had some stuff in here. Is it over there? Okay, there we go. So Terra Steel ingot with living wood all around it gets me an Elven Gateway core. Wonderful. And 2 of these mana pylons, which is just mana steel ingot, mana diamond and gold. With a Terra Steel ingot in between gets me 2 of these Natura pylons. Wonderful. So now, if I jump up here, I've got my 2 mana pools. They're nearly 3/4. That one's nearly 3/4. That one's about 2/3 full. Okay, so this Elven Gateway core goes in the centre. These Natura pylons go over the mana pools, and then I don't know what happens. What happens next? Alfheim Sea, the portal to Alfheim. Okay, creating that, creating them. That's what I've just saying. Make a frame. Add the glimmering liverwood. Place the elven core in the middle. Add the mana pools. Place the pylons above the mana pools. Right click the core with a wand of the forest. There we go. There we go. Woo! We've got a portal to Elf's house. Let's. Well, I haven't used much at all, but it looks like it's still using stuff, so I'm not sure if this is going to keep up. So what I need to do is make sure I start doing stuff pretty quick, I guess. The first thing you do is throw your book through there. Is that updated? Or would I know to throw a book through there unless something had told me? I know I meant to throw my book through there, but what's told me to it? Revised. Create a maybe task. Read on. Okay. Mana connection will be broken. Okay, the link isn't strong enough to allow living beings to go through, but it seems that items can. The amount of information about Alfheim stored in this list is resumed for this entry alone. Perhaps letting the Elves have a look at it might prove beneficial. So there's the clue that you meant to throw your book through the portal and throw it back to me. So now, look at this. I've got a new book. So if we look at the thing in my inventory now, see it's got 2 schools of knowledge. It's got Minecraftian knowledge, which was what it had before, and now it's got Elven knowledge. Wonderful. So I've got Elven knowledge now. Cool. Greetings, we noticed our portal was opened via a link from another world. That's rather shocking news indeed. I think if you've seen anyone do Botania, if you've done it yourself, you've read all this, so I'm not going to read through it again, because every video I've seen it, someone read through that. But there we go, that's the message from the Elves. We can now exchange resources. So living wood we can turn into dream wood. Mana steel we can turn into elementium. Oh, it's only mana steel, cool. So, oh, and a mana pearl, excellent. So, if I get my mana steel and a mana pearl, let's. I believe I needed 3. This mana steel actually should be up there with the other stuff. I'll take a stack of pearls. And if we jump up here, so let's give them 12 of them. See if they give me 6. They give me 1. Okay, so oh no, here it comes. We've kept 1. You kept 1. Oh no, there we go. I've got all 6. So I should have maybe tested that by putting 1 at a time. I also need a mana pearl. It said, didn't it? Where'd that go? It's over there. Let's throw a mana pearl in there. And they've given me some pixie dust. Wonderful. Now, 4 living rock and my alchemy catalyst. If you remember, I already made the alchemy catalyst a few days ago. It let me turn rotten flesh into leather, so I already had that. 3 of them. That's nice. I thought I needed more terra steel for that. That's a bit of a bonus. And there we go. And I've got 1 conjuration catalyst. Excellent. So what I can do with this is, let me grab some nether quartz. Let's see how much this drains. And let's grab some glowstone dust as well. And which mana pool should I use? I should use the one with the lava input, really. So I like that. That's very cool. So once I've got all this quartz, it means I'm gonna have a lot easier time making my walls and stuff, which is pretty cool. So let's just break that. I believe that goes into layer like the other one does. I've got all kind of crazy vacuum chest stuff going on. Come back here, you. There we go. So now, if I have quartz in my hand over this, so yeah, 1 quartz becomes 2. Cool. So let's first of all see how much mana we've got in there. Not much at all. Right. What I've not done is I've not given myself a way of picking that jaded amaranthus back up, have I? Let's see if this changes all of them. Oh, I haven't done much, has it? I haven't taken much. It's damn thing. What I do is I can break that guy. And break that. And put my ring back on. There we go. You'll just calm yourself for the time being, mister. Right. Let's try that again. So it doubled. It's doubling stuff, isn't it? 64. That's kind of drained a quarter there. So it's not. I'm not going to get loads out of it unless I get a really good supply of mana. So yeah, that's had it from that pool, hasn't it? Right. Okay. I'll let that start filling back up. That guys, they're still looking pretty good, aren't they? Let me throw that in there. Oh shit! What's happened there? I don't think I wanted to do that, did I? What have I done? Mana quartz. Oh, silly bastard! What am I thinking? I didn't have the thing underneath it, did I? The thing's underneath that one. I've got a load of mana quartz. What's that used for? Block of mana quartz. Wings. I've got some nice mana quartz blocks. So it's actually cost me mana. It's cost me quartz up to now to get this. Right, so what I need is that guy filling up. So I am going to cut camera. I am going to go and make sure I've got plenty of LP in my blood network. I'm going to get a load of quartz together. I'm not going to cock up like that again. I think I'll probably do a little separate thing, make some more thermal lilies. And I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, cool. Hello again. It turns out it was quite a while till I came back. It's been about 7 hours since you last saw me. Now the day bloom things I just had to relog because I clicked yellow there and it destroys NAI. So if you click on that, it can make the box yellow, which highlights only what you're searching for, but it's not working currently. And I had to do a full relog to get it back. Before I say about the day blooms weren't keeping up, I was keeping my eye on them and they were going down. because I've relogged their unknown status because I've just done a full log again. So that one's actually not getting anything, so it's going down, but that one is going up. And I've done this setup here with the Fame Lilies. I've done a little redstone setup to turn it off. I'm going to do a second one here. I'm just going to talk you through what I've done. It's very similar to what Direwolf did. It's just a little bit different. But it's similar to what Direwolf did on his single player a couple of days back. I'm going to totally copy what Direwolf did on his server play with Steve's Factory Manager for the automating the Geodesy, because that's a bit more advanced into Steve's Factory Manager than I know how to write. So I'm just going to copy what he did. So I probably will do that off camera, and I shall probably link to the video where he did it from when I show you in action. Anyway, this one over here, it was nearly full. I've turned it off for now. I've got about 20 stacks of it. You see, it is pretty even, the distribution. 21 there, but most of them are 20. I just took half a stack of orange out, so that would have been 19. And yellow was the one that I had fewest of anyway, because I've been making the day blooms. So yeah, it's pretty even spread with the jaded amaranthus. Very cool. So I've turned that off for now. I've just picked it up and picked up the vacuum chest and put them into the chest over there. This was pretty much full. It wasn't quite full. It was pretty much full, and I threw one stack of nether quartz in, and it gave me nearly 5 stacks bonus. It wasn't quite full. I'll test that again. I've got it turned on at the minute. I'll test that again later. Well, tomorrow from a full mana pool. But for now, I'm just going to turn that off and concentrate on this. So I think this is overkill. I don't think I need 2 of these. What I should probably do is what I clicked on by mistake. I was trying to type spreader in there, and there's a rotating spreader, I believe. Spreader turntable, there we go. I'll probably change this setup so I just have one of these with a turntable spreader feeding both of those pools, and I think that'll be enough. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do the second setup, and for now I'm going to leave them on because they are going to turn themselves off. So that's pretty cool. So I've got all the bits ready, and let's get all this stuff out of here. I have been down in the temple making sure that my mana is full, so I went out for a run. I actually left myself down there while I went for a run, so I got it up to 1 million. It's not 9, so it's used yeah, it's used about 18,000 since I turned these 2 guys on. Right then, so what I want to start with is, of course, blood magic. Serenade of the Nether with my ritual diviner there. It's just 4 firestones around your ritual, and what I'm doing here, I've chopped up a burnt quartz block into strips. I was putting the strips on the outside there, so they're actually on the ritual stones, not the master stone. What that does, that just keeps the lava in the middle there. And what I also want to do is, while I'm doing this bit, let's put the mana spreader up there. There we go. And I might as well get that guy connected straight to the mana pool. So put that into band mode, shift click on there, shift click on there, and now that's directed to that one. Cool. And all I need to do now with this, actually what I wanted to do before I did that was get underneath there. That's cool. There's no floor underneath there, so that's alright. I can get underneath there anyway. Wonderful. And how have we done it on that side? I want to do exactly the same because I'm a bit of a stickler for nerdiness like that. So I'm running red ally cable down. Go on, fall down the hill. There we go. I don't like that light situation at all. So new one there. There we go. So that's red ally cable going to the bottom of the master ritual stone. So that means it turns the ritual off when it gets a red ally signal. Now, a redstone signal, I can turn this on now, so let's activate this guy. There we go, so he's got some lava in there, and let's put some grass around. The reason why I got these carpenter blocks and the slopes is just because I don't like the side of the grass blocks. It's no real need for them, I just think it looks a bit ugly, seeing the mud on the side of the grass blocks there, so I'm just going around this real quickly with the carpet and slopes. There's no purely, oops, get off. Purely aesthetic. What have I done there? There's no need for this in the build at all. I could have buried these one into the floor, but that means that I put my redstone wire to be showing on the floor below, which I might do one like that. I don't know yet. Part of me wishes that I'd made it so the windows line up so I could have had a void space between floors. I like void spaces between floors. I should have done that. I'm still not used to building big. I'm still kind of building compact, and 2 blocks is not wide enough for a floor, really, I don't think. So there we go, and then on there goes the 4 thermalilies. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just to confirm that they are feeding the right mana spreader, if you mouse over them, of course, with your wand, you'll see the little box highlight. You can see it on the top there. So they're all feeding that one. So this would fill this up. It's gone down a little bit since we last looked. This one should have gone up a bit. There we go. See, that's gone up a bit. So that is filling up, which is good. This would fill up, but of course it would just keep going and keep using lava. These actually consume the lava, but you can't tell because it keeps getting replaced by the ritual. So it's really nice. I think it's an elegant way they did these work together, actually. So what we're doing is we're going to use a comparator. I don't really like the way these work, but well, I do and I don't. Right, what I'm going to show you here is that, even though it's not full, it's going to stop the ritual. I made this thing, wire debugger. It cost me an emerald as well. Not happy about that. But, from Project Red, if we look at this, you'll see that that has got a redstone signal going through at 84. It's not 0. That's enough to turn this off. This is as long as this has got any redstone going to it, that's enough to turn that off. So even though this is only half full, is it half? Not even half full. That's enough of a signal to turn that off. I don't want that turning off. I want that to stay on. So see, that one's at 84. Let's look at this one. That's fuller. See, that's at 0 because I've got this set. If I was to turn, let's get rid of that bit of redstone there, and now we check that, you'll see that's at 152. So you see that's fuller than that one. So 255 is full, 0 is empty. So 255 would give me a signal strength of 15, and I don't know what signal strength that is. The actual redstone dust, the vanilla redstone dust, if you press shift, Wheeler will show that. It's 15 right on that redstone block, 14, 13, right? Cool. So what I've got here, the comparator, what you can do is you can get it to compare the feed from the side. So what I want it to do is I want it to only put out a signal if it matches this strength. So what I've done here is I've put that 15 there and I've run 2 bits, so it's 13. So that means that's going to be pretty full. When that red ally line matches that power of 13, sorry, yes, you know what I mean. When this reads 13 coming into it from the mana pool, it's going to match the 13 that's coming into it from there. So that's going to put the output at 13. So it's going to be about 4/5, maybe 7/8 full. So I'm not going to go in totally full. If I wanted to go totally full, I could have just put the redstone block right next to it, or a redstone torch, I guess, or something that'd give a full 15. But I don't want it totally full. I just wanted to do it like that. So what we can do with this, that one I had to change the positive and negative around. So to change that around, just to show you, if you shift click with a Project Red screwdriver, you see negative and positive. Shift clicking switches them around. The way this is the way it goes naturally. That one I had to switch, so the positive was on this side. So all I'm going to do there is exactly the same. And 2 redstone dusts, and now the positive on that's 13 as well. So that's as simple as that. So both of them will turn off when they're nearly full, and when they just get a little bit lower than that, when they drop to a redstone signal of 12, they'll turn back on again. I think that's quite nice. So there we go. That's got that safely kept on. Plus, it's filling my mana up. So of course, I can always, I'm going to have uses for that mana as well. I'm not just having it just to keep the portal open, but once they're full, I'll be able to use it for other stuff. This setup doesn't use anywhere near as much power that was putting out. Let me put my in fact, let me sleep. That doesn't use nearly as much power as the thermal lasers were putting out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the plant setup to day blooms. I ain't got really tan now because it's gone midnight. So this episode is going to be a little bit short, I think. But I'm going to move this setup. I'm going to put the redstone control on this one as well. I'll move that further down here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an automated way for it to multiply nether quartz or glowstone for me. So I'm going to automate this. That's going to be the next episode, I think. Either that or maybe a bit of Thaumcraft to start and maybe then on to that. But I'm going to automate this doubling of the nether quartz. Should be pretty straightforward, I think. So then I've got plenty of building materials. Right then, so oh, far we're probably nearly half an hour anyway. The temple down below here, the ancient blood priests told me that their architect was a dickhead who built in the void fog and they didn't like it, so they asked to borrow my builder, my buildcraft builder. So I moved the temple up here for him. I've changed it around a little bit, but I've got the doors blocked for now until I make some more of the warded pavers things. But I've opened it up a bit in here. It was a little I feel a little claustrophobic, and I've put some blood bricks in here, so this is a little bit different. I've just got my I've got the ritual running all the time now because here it's in range of the beacon as well, so I'm regioning from the beacon, so that's kind of alright as well. It was a little bit too low for the beacon where it was. Come on, I wanted to fly. Those two things there, why is that one lower? That should be the same size. Oh, I've not finished that one yet. I maybe didn't make enough. That's just the bottoms of the two elevators. You can see there. I'm kind of keeping stuff in boxes because, like I said, I plan to put a underground railway here, but you're not going to see much of it. Well, there we go. There's the temple. I've kept it a bit dangerous because look, there's actually no light in here hardly at all. I'm guessing these little spots are like where beehives were. That's all I can think of. Anyway, that's real dangerous. I've got to check for creepers and stuff every time I go in there. Right, anyway, let me get out of here. So I'll just put a little carpenter's thing there. Carpenter's hatch with a grass block in it. There we go. And I think I'm going to wrap up there. So I hope this episode was interesting enough for you. And a bit of my overkill setup. It's a massive overkill, I think, just to keep that running. But like I said, the day bloom's wet enough, so it certainly needed more than it was. And now it's open, I might as well keep it open. I put some wedge slopes on the edges to make it look a bit roundy. Anyway, alright, I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.